Last time, we talked about the habit loop. We talked about replacing bad routines with good ones. And for some of you, it worked. But for a lot of you, it felt like a constant uphill battle. You're trying to read more, but your phone is right there. You're trying to eat better, but the snacks are staring at you from the counter. You feel like you're failing because you lack discipline. You think you're just not strong enough. I want to stop you right there. You aren't the problem. Your room is... Your environment is a silent coach that is constantly telling you what to do. If your environment is set up for bad habits, you will fail. It doesn't matter how much willpower you have. Willpower is like a phone battery. It drains every time you have to say no to something. By the end of the day, your battery is dead and you give in. Today, we're going to stop relying on willpower. We're going to talk about environment design. We're going to make your good habits so easy, they're hard to avoid, and your bad habits so hard, they're not worth the effort. One clear problem: a room that works against you. One clear solution: friction. Let's get into it. The solution is something called the 20-second rule. It was popularized by a researcher named Sean Acor. The idea is simple. If you want to start a good habit, make it 20 seconds faster to begin. If you want to stop a bad habit, make it 20 seconds harder to begin. Friction is your best friend or your worst enemy. If you want to watch less TV, don't just try to watch less. Take the batteries out of the remote and put them in a drawer in another room. Now, if you want to watch TV, you have to stand up, walk to the other room, find the batteries, come back, and put them in. That extra 20 seconds of effort gives your brain enough time to ask, do I actually want to watch this, or am I just bored? Usually, the friction is enough to make you choose something else. We're going to apply this 20-second rule to every part of your life. We're going to build speed bumps for your bad habits and re-entry ramps for your good ones. Step 1 is to look at your bad habits and identify the friction, or rather, the lack of it. If you find yourself snacking on junk food, it's probably because the junk food is visible. If you see it, you eat it. That's a visual cue. To break this, you need to increase the friction. Put the chips on the highest shelf, put them in an opaque container so you can't see what's inside. Better yet, don't buy them. If you have to get in your car and drive to the store to get a candy bar, you probably won't do it. That's high friction. Let's talk about the phone. This is the biggest one for most people. If your phone is in the same room as you, it's a constant pull on your attention. Even if it's face down, your brain knows it's there. You are using willpower just to ignore it. Here's the fix: the phone in another room rule. When you need to work or when you go to bed, put your phone in a completely different room. Plug it in, leave it there. If you want to check it, you have to physically get up and walk to it. That 20 seconds of walking is the friction you need to stay focused. It sounds small, but it changes everything. Step 2 is to make your good habits the default choice. This is called priming your environment. You want to prepare the space so that when it's time to act, the hard work is already done. If you want to work out in the morning, don't wait until you wake up to find your socks. Lay your clothes out right next to your bed. Put your shoes by the door. Fill up your water bottle. When you wake up, you don't have to think. You just step into the clothes. You've removed all the friction. If you want to read more, put a book on your pillow every morning when you make your bed. When you go to lie down at night, the book is literally in your way. You have to pick it up just to get into bed. The easiest thing to do in that moment is to read one page. If you want to eat more fruit, put a bowl of apples right in the middle of the kitchen table. Don't hide them in the bottom drawer of the fridge. Make the good choice the most visible and the easiest to reach. I want you to do a habit audit of your space today. Let's walk through it together. The bedroom. Is your phone your alarm clock? If so, you're starting your day by losing the friction battle. Buy a cheap $5 alarm clock. Keep the phone out of the bedroom. Make the bed a place for sleep and reading only. The kitchen. What is on your counters? If it's a toaster and a cookie jar, you'll eat toast and cookies. If it's a blender and some fruit, you're more likely to make a smoothie. Clear the counters of anything that triggers a bad habit. The workspace. Is your desk covered in random papers and distractions? Every bit of clutter is a tiny friction point that makes it harder to start working. At the end of every day, spend 2 minutes clearing your desk. Set it up so that when you sit down tomorrow, the only thing there is the task you need to do. The digital space. This counts too. Look at your phone's home screen. If Instagram and YouTube are the first things you see, you will click them. Move the distracting apps to the second or third page. Put them inside a folder named Boring. Put your calendar, your notes, or a reading app on the home screen. Make the good apps the easiest to click. Here's the honest truth. Most people think that high achievers have incredible discipline. They think successful people are just better at resisting temptation. But research shows that people with high self-control actually use their willpower less than everyone else. Why? Because they set up their lives so they don't have to use it. They don't have the cookies in the house. They don't have the TV in the bedroom. They don't have the phone on the desk. They aren't stronger. They're just better at designing their environment. When you do this, the struggle stops. You stop feeling like you're at war with yourself. You don't have to wake up and decide to be a new person. You just wake up in a room that makes being that person easy. You'll find that you have more energy. You'll feel calmer. You'll be surprised at how disciplined you've become when really you just moved a few things around. You are finally giving yourself a fair chance to succeed. Imagine a day where you don't have to fight your brain. You wake up and your workout clothes are waiting for you. You go to the kitchen and the first thing you see is water and healthy food. You sit down to work and your desk is clear, your phone is far away, and you drop into focus effortlessly. You get to the end of the day and you still have energy left because you didn't spend it all fighting temptation. That is the power of environment design. You stop being a victim of your surroundings and start being the architect of them. You aren't changing who you are, you're just changing where you are, and that makes all the difference. Here's your assignment for the next 24 hours. Pick one room in your house. It could be your bedroom, your kitchen, or your office. Find one thing that makes a bad habit easy and hide it or move it. Then find one thing that makes a good habit hard and set it up so it's ready to go. If you want to read, put the book on the pillow. If you want to stop scrolling, put the charger in the hallway. Just 2 small moves. Don't overthink it. Just change the friction in that one room. Do it right now before you watch another video. You don't need more willpower. You just need a better room. You've been fighting yourself for too long. It's time to make it easy. Your environment is the foundation of everything you do. Fix the foundation and the habits will follow. I'm proud of you for being here. It takes courage to admit the current way isn't working and to try something new. Keep going. You're closer than you think. In the next episode, we're going to talk about the 2-minute rule, the secret to starting any habit, no matter how big it is. I'll see you then.